We stand here on the steps of the New Jersey State House to express our disappointment and opposition to the Governor Christie's surprising decision to take a stand against President Obama's executive actions known as DACA and DAPA. We have a dysfunctional Congress in which both parties hasn't been able to agree on immigration reform, even though both parties speak to us and say that they agree on immigration reform, but that the immigration reform is needed. Both parties agree that we have a dysfunctional system, but they cannot get together and in a room and come back with a comprehensive immigration reform bill. Out of that frustration, President Obama in 2012 created a program to be implemented by the Homeland Security called DACA, which stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. That is a program that is a limited program and is a discretionary and is a limited amount of people. In that process, since I found that some states were supporting the actions of President Obama and the implementation of DACA and DAPA, I've been making calls to the state of New Jersey, to the officials, the Attorney General, and I spoke with the Attorney General and sent emails to him. He said, can you guys tell me if you can help us with the implementation of DACA and DAPA and support these actions taken by President Obama? The Attorney General told me that he wasn't involved with that, but he was going to look into it. And in that process of talking to him, I received this document in the internet by somebody who sent it to me. I don't know if it was from Texas or from New Jersey, but somebody sent it to me. To my surprise, what I am waiting for the answer of the Attorney General to tell me if they can support us. I received this, which is an amicus brief against the implementation of DACA and DAPA. In this amicus brief, Governor Christie participated in filing these amicus briefs in the Court of Appeals with his fellow Republican governors Greg Abbott of Texas, Bobby Jindal of Louisiana, and Dennis Dugard of South Dakota. Surprised and disappointed by Governor Christie's filing this amicus brief in the Court of Appeals. With this action, Governor Christie may intend to send a message to the extreme right of the Republican Party. But in doing so, he's sending a strong and damaging message to the Latino community in New Jersey and across the nation. It seems to many people and to us that he's willing to walk away from his campaign promise to work in collaboration to fix the broken immigration system. By joining the amicus brief, Governor Christie is taking a position against our interests, and it is damaging to the relationship that he built with the Latino community, which enabled him to win re-election with a historical 51% of the Latino vote in New Jersey. The increased influence of Latinos in the United States, in this country of ours, in the culture, in the economic life, combined to our growth in demographic, is telling us that the time in which you can ignore, take for granted, or be elected for governor of New Jersey or president of the United States without the support of us is long gone.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right. We here. All my team. Let them go. We ain't going nowhere.
If you make promises to us, you have to keep them.
That's right.
We are keeping scores, and we are making our leadership accountable. And when we support candidates, we always make that clear, that we speak with a clear voice, and we're going to hold our friends and foes accountable.
That's right.
That's what we're doing today. We are confident that the Governor Christie understands that today's demographic realities mean that he will never be able to be president of the United States with the strong support of the Latino vote. And we ask the both parties to come to terms and earn their salary on Congress. Give us immigration reform now. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, President Martin Perez.
Our governor should not abandon ship for political reasons. He should stay the course. A man of principle honors his commitment and promises. We need to know that we can still count on him, that he won't ignore us, that we can still trust him to help us bring together relief to more than 204,000 immigrants that can come out of the shadows in the state of New Jersey alone. La pelea por reforma migratoria completa es una no solamente justa, sino una que debemos librar, y debemos hacer esto en conjunto. El gobernador prometió a los latinos y a la Alianza de Liderazgo Latino que él estaría con nosotros en esta pelea, y estamos pidiendo que como hombre de principio honre su palabra y su promesa, y que en esa, honrando su palabra y su promesa, él nos ayude a traer a 204,000 inmigrantes a la luz aquí en el estado de New Jersey solamente. Y reforma migratoria completa ahora.
Let me start saying that Governor Christie is wrong to use the same arguments made by states that don't seem to see the benefits that immigrants bring to their economies. He is contradicting himself and backpedaling in the positions stated before to us as an organization and to the Latino community while in the midst of his re-election campaign. On October 12, 2014, during his remarks at our gala, Governor Christie stated, and I'm quoting him here, "When the Alliance voted to support me in this campaign, I can tell you that was one of the proudest days of my time as a public servant." And it was because it was something that we worked out together. We have to watch each other over a period of years and judge our character based on our deeds, not just on our words. I know that over this time, I needed to earn your trust. And now that I have your support and your trust, please note that I will continue to work hard every day to make sure that I give you more and more reasons to be proud of the endorsement that you made. End of the quote. Contrary to this, and without listening to each other or hearing each other's concerns, Governor Christie decided to weigh his opinion on an amicus brief that goes against the principles that our organization and our community stand for. It is time for him to do the right thing, reverse his position, and join the other 14 states that are supporting the implementation of President Obama's executive action on immigration. That's more what a governor of New Jersey will do.
These decisions, these type of decisions cannot be made in a vacuum. And they do not demonstrate transparency, nor do they represent an active dialogue with those who supported you during your time of candidacy and need. We ask Governor Christie to understand this. This is not a good foundation for a collaborative partnership. This unilateral decision-making process is not consistent with the relationship based on mutual respect. This decision cannot and will not be supported by this community nor the nation. We understand that America's immigration system is broken. Many of our people live in it on a daily basis. This brokenness is what allows employers to game the system and hire undocumented workers and taking advantage of them. There are 11 million people living in the shadows because of this broken system. Neither is good for the economy nor the country. And we are here to say to both major political parties, enough. Stop playing political football with the lives of people who seek a better life.
On behalf of LLANJ, we are dismayed by the Governor Christie's decision to oppose the President's initiative to grant administrative relief to millions of immigrants who have been living in the shadows, in many cases, for decades. A growing underclass subject to abuse, discrimination, and exploitation.
Good afternoon. We are all here remembering that action, legal action, going into court, passing executive orders are done by politicians at the end of the day. But this issue touches to the core of the average immigrant arrival in this country. We are forgetting sometimes that there are hundreds of thousands of immigrants who are locked up in detention centers, who have been separated from their families. These people deserve the help that DACA and DAPA would provide them. Anyone who stands in the way of that assistance is not a friend of our community. Anyone. Children have been granted the ability to continue in their education, yet we are going to separate them from their families. There is a contradiction here on many levels. I find it ironic that we are on the steps of the State House on Holy Week. For Christians, this is a very sacred time. For Jews, this is the Passover. I would join and echo the words of one Moses, who said to the Pharaoh, "Let my people go." I will say to the pharaohs of today, "Let our people come."
All right, let's open up the floor for questions. You could do that in English or Spanish. I know we have